There we go. I'm not sure why I was on mute.
Oh,
Wait.
What about that?
Because that was happening.
Wait. Let's see. Any echo? Okay. No, we're good.
Can y'all hear now? Let me know.
You can hear now. You should be able to hear now. Sorry about that.
You just missed like the best podcast.
A confession.
Mm-hmm.
Right. There we go. Sorry. Nope. It's us. It was our fault. Thank you guys. Everyone's like, it's fine.
Freaking out.
Yeah. So was it my attitude? Was it what you thought it would be? Or did you think I would bitch and moan the entire time?
I didn't think it would be like a bitching and moaning thing. I thought it would be like kind of a whiny, so maybe bitching and moaning. I thought like a little pathetic almost maybe. But you know what? No, I thought that maybe like just kind of like curled up in the corner, like whimpering. But no, you were good.
No, it's really interesting. I feel like as I've gotten older, and I can say because of our jobs and, being in the business, like as your salary increases and you get to be more comfortable and you sort of get away from your roots a little bit, you get a little soft and you forget what it's like to kind of rough it a little bit. And so I will be the first one to be like, I can sometimes be a little bit of a prima donna when I'm like, girl, that's not your roots. That's not who you are. But you get comfortable with your trappings and your surroundings. And so that first night, I've been describing it as like a dog that's on your couch, and they're like just circling on the cover, and they're like trying to find their spot. And that was me the first night, and I was just kind of like, what are we doing?
See, like this? That's how I thought it was going to be all weekend.
Nah, I feel like I was.
No, you were good though. It was good. It was fun. Glad to not be sleeping on the bus still, but it was fun.
Now, Holly, what were your expectations going into Stuff a Bus weekend?
I tried not to have any, to be honest, because I wasn't sure. I mean, now this is not the first time that we've done a Stuff a Bus, fill a bus type of thing. So I at least knew what it would sort of be like. Like I wasn't fully like, well, I have no idea what's happening. But since it's a different company, it's a different town, you don't really know. So I was trying not to have expectations. But what I feel like I should have tried to have expectations for was like just all day long with people. And I feel like I should have prepared for that, but I just didn't. I was literally like no expectations going in. And then when I was peopling the whole day, like I don't know. I was just, maybe it was me, probably going through something because the end of the first day, I feel like I was a little overstimulated. And that's weird because the older I get, the more that type of thing bothers me. Not bothers. The more I notice it. Like
being overstimulated?
Yes. Yeah. And that kind of thing. I didn't used to ever notice it. It was never even a concept in my brain that, like I would be exhausted by that or whatever. But as I've gotten older, it is that way. So I was a little overstimulated, but other than that, everything lined up for what we said it was going to be. It really was.
Now I'm really curious because Kelvin, did you do anything like this when you were in Miami, at your previous radio station?
And that was what I was going to say. I've had a lot of my cherries popped when it comes to, events with you guys.
Oh, that's very...
Because when I was launched into my morning show in Miami, it was during the pandemic. So it was really cool. I got to kind of practice, I guess, being a second micer. But there was no events. So it was great. There was that great balance. But I didn't have any of this experience. No radiothon, no Stuff a Bus, no charitable community events because everything was shut down. So no, this was my first time doing something like this.
So what were your expectations going in, and then what was the reality?
I think this in the same way that Holly said, there were no real expectations. I could be quite pessimistic at times, and I could think maybe like, man, I don't think, first of all, the goal that you set was already extremely high, and I did not know if we were going to even reach anything close to it. That was my first thought. My second thought was, are there going to be rude people?
Oh,
are people going to be really cringy and like mean to us or something? I don't know. Those were like the negative thoughts that I was having. The reality of it was just really great. overall, very tiring, but I think it was like I said, appreciative. I was just appreciative of the whole experience, appreciative of working with you guys, because every time I get to work with you guys, it's always a good time. I've never, ever had a bad time working with you guys. So I love doing anything with you. I have to give a lot of appreciation towards Trevor. I don't think I've ever had a boss that is literally working with us the same amount of hours, actually more than me, with this particular event. And I think that's a really, really big deal. And I think that should be highlighted because a lot of bosses will just hand it down to their APDs or, anybody lower than them, or really the director of marketing, right? To do a lot of work. And Trevor was out there putting in the work. And I think that's really important to have a boss like that. It's
Thanks,
really rare.
Kelvin.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. I mean, we couldn't do this without the buy-in of you guys. Like, you guys are the star power. You're the reason why people came out. So thank you. That was nice.
Well, but
you still can't have tomorrow off though.
I'll get Friday.
We gonna take that.
I was
Friday.
kidding about that one too.
Oh no, bitch.
that is no, sir. That's not jokes.
Yeah, no. You
we don't
said
joke about days off. We don't joke about that.
No.
Listen. I keep receipts, bitch. And you said, y'all, that this whole weekend you were like, that deserves 2 days off. So we're using one this Friday, and then there'll be one floating one in 2025.
That was just to keep you motivated to get through the weekend.
I got it on recorded, bitch. I don't forget nothing.
Because Miguel's got the receipts, all of them. I have receipts, but I don't know where they are. But Miguel keeps them on in a folder.
It's so funny between Holly and the old guy we used to work with, or my old guy. I mean, the guy we used to work with. Girl, my brain is not. The fact that we got through a show today, I don't know how we did a morning show.
We're doing this,
right? Kramer will text us and be like, "Hey, remember that event we did at Zoo World in 2009?" And like 30 seconds later, I'm like, "Do. All right, here's a photo."
Miguel's got photos. I don't even have photos prior to 2015 anywhere because I don't know, the cloud didn't exist then. Miguel somehow has photos dating back to like his birth, and he can just pull them out.
He's got so many kid photos. I don't have that many kid photos or baby photos, and I see a different one every single time.
Yeah.
That's because I raided my mom's house and my grandmother's place back in the day. Well, that's because like my mom, I think it was probably right after I graduated high school or college, and I went home for one of the holidays, and she just had a box of like all my stuff, and she was like, "I'm not moving this around to another place, so either you can take it or I'm gonna throw it away." So I have a lot of stuff from my childhood with me because I love memories like that.
There's too much. Margaret
away.
went overboard.
I used to post a Throwback Thursday, like when that was the thing to do every Thursday. And so I can just look up the hashtag TBT on my social, and then all of my childhood pictures come up.
That's good. That's a good way to do it.
If I ever needed to pull an old photo of myself.
But you know what's scary though? Because we were talking off the air earlier about MySpace and how like MySpace just deleted everybody's everything. And we had so many photos. Like there was some stuff from my 2-year college that were just uploaded to MySpace because there was no way to like nowhere to keep those pictures back then.
Well, and there was no easy way to download them all
right
when you wanted them. Like you would have had to go on one by one and like right click save. And like who's got the time to do that? And so I would always it was a very specific time frame, right? It was like, for me, it would have been like 05 through maybe 08. Like 3 years. That's all it was. But that specific set of years, now, unless I did right click and save, I can't access any photos from that time in my life because they were all on freaking MySpace. And whoever's in charge, Tom, who probably doesn't even own MySpace anymore.
Oh no, he sold that.
He's like, he's like does charitable stuff and he just hangs out, I think. Anyway, whoever's in charge of MySpace was just like, you know what we're gonna do? Just get rid of all these photos. And now we got nothing. I was saying I had a picture of myself on an elephant that I can't find because it was on MySpace.
Holly.
Canceled, I guess.
Cancel.
When you bring up MySpace, I get like butterflies in my stomach because for me, the peak of MySpace was like sophomore, junior year in high school for me, and
middle school.
But then just like
Holly and I, we were grown ass adults. I was actually married to a woman back then.
and she wasn't even your number one in your top 8.
She wasn't.
Don't
So we
even get
should have
me
known.
started.
That's what she should have known.
That's when you know. That's when you know.
But just like thinking about like my crushes and like if I didn't make it to their, and also like I wasn't out of the closet, and so like they didn't know that they were my crush, and they were also straight. So I didn't make it into their top 8. It was the end of the world, and so I get like these butterflies.
Probably friends with them, because I feel like you could bypass.
What do you
Were
mean?
Friends with your crushes?
Yes. Well, okay. Yeah, I also made a couple of them. I went out of my way to make it seem like chance that we were friends, but then I made that friendship happen.
Wait, so Trevor, what you're saying is you were stalking them? You were Joe Goldberg from You. You orchestrated running into them in school and
but who didn't orchestrate running into a crush? You all know you did. Okay, maybe Kelvin didn't, but I know for a fact, Miguel, you did. Don't even act like you didn't.
I mean,
oh, you're here?
Miguel's friends with all his crushes. He brings them to Friendsgiving.
Yeah, that's true.
No, I mean, maybe going into the locker room and, sniffing some of their clothes. I mean, it wasn't really creepy. It was just part of, I'm kidding. I did not do that.
No, I know you didn't. But I'm sure you put yourself in someone's way.
I did. I mean, at least for the one guy, Andrew, the one I've told a story about before, that I found his photo in the box of senior ads when we were cleaning out the yearbook. And I found his senior ad photos and I took his senior portrait and it's still tucked away into my photo album like we're friends.
Listen, I still do think that one of my forced friendships, I think he's on that spectrum of, he's a little bi-curious still to this day.
Oh, so you still talk to him?
No.
Are you like friends with him on social media?
Yes.
Oh, is he straight now? Or?
Yeah. No, yeah. He always was. But I just think that there's
curiosity.
There's some fluidity.
Wait, how do you know that? Has he said something to you, Trevor?
We haven't spoken since high school.
But so why do you think
when we were
He's just looking and judging. Looking and judging.
No, but it's just like, because we for like a couple of summers we hung out all summer and I just got the vibe.
Oh. Now, Trevor, I'm curious, did you ever have any of those situations that I hear from so many of my gay friends that I'm like, I never had that experience, where this is going into adult territory for those who are watching and listening, where some of my friends have described where they'll be like with their bros, quote unquote, the straight guys in high school, and then somebody would be like, oh, I got this porn video or whatever, and then like all the guys would watch it and then they would all have alone time but together in their individual spots, but like nobody would be touching, nobody would be looking. And I'm like, and Holly's face was my face when they told me this, and I'm like, that never happened when I was in high school. Did that happen to you, Trevor?
Hello.
Question
This thing on?
What kind of question is this?
The question was the question, bitch. Do I need to clarify?
Why are you getting red?
This court will come to order. Answer the question, Mr. Marini.
I don't know if HR4U wants me to answer this question.
Listen,
not HR for you.
They are not on this damn podcast. Let me tell you that.
Wait a second. Let's back up. So maybe let's dance around the question. Have you heard?
It's already been asked.
Have you heard of this even? Or are you like us and you're shocked?
I am not shocked at the question.
Okay.
I think that says everything we need to know.
Wait, were you taking part in it? No, I
think the headphones are cutting out. I think there's something wrong with the headphones.
Wait, so how often? Back to Miguel. How frequently do you think this is happening out there in America?
So I would like to say again, why are you getting warm, Bossman Trevor? Yeah.
I'm just asking questions. I'm just curious.
Right. So I'm trying to remember the last friend that told me this. I think it happened like 2 or 3 times. That I don't think, from what they described to me, nothing ever came of it. But they sort of, now that they're gay, they're like, who else in that circle was gay? Because now looking back as an adult, they're like, that was weird that we were all just sitting in a room watching a flick.
All of you? Okay, wait a minute. I'm sorry. I need more clarification here. So everyone's in the same room.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you seeing each other's pieces of meet.
Everybody's enjoying.
Right. So what my friend described is as they were all sitting on like two couches, like in the basement of their parents' house. It's on the screen after school. Yes, girl. They're all 15, 16, and they're all each doing their own thing to themselves. No one is looking, but because my friend is now gay, he was like trying to peek and see his friend's stuff, but he didn't want to come off as gay because no one else was doing that, and so nothing ever happened.
But even so, okay, do you understand? Like, that's weird, even if you're straight.
Yeah, I mean, now
But
looking
straight
back,
guys do weird things.
I know, dudes do weird things.
Yeah.
Sorry, as the lady on the podcast here, but like, dudes are weird.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I'm just saying, like, I don't.
How do we get here?
Yeah, I don't
Wait,
know.
Trevor, so I'm sitting here guessing you did it. So like what happened in those situations?
I feel like this was like in the bus conversation.
Do y'all forget that we're not in the bus anymore? Y'all forget?
This is the podcast. This is what we do here.
Woo. Yeah, are you friends
Anyway.
with them now? You still friends with them?
There's no self-incrimination. Like the Fifth Amendment?
Trevor's not talking.
I'm revoking the Fifth Amendment to
Invoking. You're invoking.
What did I say?
Revoking. Which means you
We
take it
slept on
away.
a bus all weekend. I'm tired.
That's fine.
Okay.
She's pleading the fifth.
Listen, this
Yes.
is what the best time to ask these sort of questions when your defenses are down, Trevor. I'm
Yeah.
trying.
No, it's still strong up, bro.
Okay. Let me ask this question to you, Trevor. How many times did it happen? Once, twice, 3 times?
He said he's not going to incriminate himself.
Hold on, let
Still
me-
happening.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pleading I'm invoking my right to the Fifth Amendment
See?
to
There it is. He's
save
invoking.
myself from self-incrimination.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
I wish more people knew
I do
about
not
that.
recall.
I really do. You can always tell
I do
people.
not
You can tell the
recall.
people you don't want to talk to them, just so you know.
Be like, I don't want to talk. Okay.
These are my boundaries.
Okay, that's fine. We respect your boundaries.
I didn't mean, Miguel, I'm sorry. And let me restate my question. I didn't mean how often are the same people doing it. I mean, what percentage of men in the US do you think is doing this? That's my question.
It's a lot.
Oh,
I mean, I've heard stories from several different friends that did some version of that.
It's a coming of age.
but
Right.
where does the
Well, I didn't have guy friends, so I guess I couldn't have really experienced that.
Yeah.
but where does the evidence go?
That I don't know. I didn't ask that question. Since I never did it, I don't know. So I'm assuming like that old, adage of like the sock
Yeah.
that a guy is just doo-doo, and maybe that's what happened. I don't know.
Okay.
So that's why I'd be curious for someone to be bold enough to tell us about their experiences instead of us just trying to guess.
no one's going to talk about that.
No, it's
right
fine.
now.
Exactly.
Right.
I'm sure you can look on Reddit.
I'm sure. You can find everything on Reddit.
Where do you go next?
Yeah,
Let's see this
yeah.
professional transition.
Yeah,
Let's see.
I'm
You're a pro.
Very interested.
No, absolutely. Well, what I want to know is, Trevor, you went to college for a little bit, right?
A little
you
while.
didn't
A little bit.
for a
Little
little
bit.
A
bit.
little bit.
Dabbled.
Now, where did you go? I forgot.
Bridgewater State University.
And you were there for how long?
That was in Massachusetts. I was there for 2.5 years.
College dropout.
Mm-hmm.
Get it.
Did you get an
Yeah.
associate's or you were just
No, I wasted a lot of time and
Aw.
some money. And,
I hate the wasting of it. That's
Mm.
what I hate for you.
but you know what? Like if you, it kind of bought me time
Yeah.
to get to my first full-time radio job, and so like it wasn't,
That's your journey.
It wasn't a waste because all of it truly it leads you somewhere. I mean, no
Right.
matter what experience it is, it gives you experience and it gives you lessons. And so it always goes to somewhere. But I would be upset for you for like the money.
something literally flew into my eye.
Oh, gosh.
Are you okay? Are you getting
This is how I'm
emotional?
getting out. Something flew into my eye.
Mm-hmm. No, you stuck here.
Yeah, girl, lock the door.
I'm about to-
Uh-oh.
But I did have a question about your college experience. Was that when you sort of discovered you were gay or like came to understanding yourself, or was it later or earlier?
It was way earlier.
Mm.
Yeah, no.
You came out in high school?
I didn't come out.
Oh,
I didn't come
okay.
out till I was 24.
Yeah, don't you remember? Didn't we talk about this already on the podcast? I feel like maybe we just talked about it in real life.
Girl, I don't.
Story.
There's so many conversations.
I moved from very blue Massachusetts to very red Oklahoma, and that's where I met Jesus, my husband, and I came out in Oklahoma.
Where'd you guys meet?
The internet. We met at my apartment.
Randomly internet. Oh,
Sure
okay.
did.
oh boy.
When you say
What year was that?
2015.
Because I was
Good
gonna
year.
say some corners of the internet don't exist anymore. 2015.
No, there was.
It was
same
an app.
technology that
it was an app.
still running.
I never heard in the back of that sound.
The breath.
I've never heard the breath.
Oh, you don't hear it when you're in Tampa?
I don't ever.
Hold on.
Holy jeez!
Actual audio.
I've
I rec-
never heard
I
that.
I recorded that song in 2015.
Yeah.
That was after their first meeting. That was during the first meeting.
Goodness gracious.
Okay, cool. Now that we've delved into a Bossman Trevor
Poor-
sex history.
Poor Trev.
Yeah, how did this happen?
Literally.
We were talking about a toy drive.
I know.
I thought that's what this whole thing was gonna be about. I literally wrote down a list so I wouldn't forget because I smoked. So I knew that I was gonna forget certain things, and I wrote highlights.
Oh, so Kelvin, what were your highlights you have
I
listed
want to hear
down?
Kelvin's highlights. So I'm sorry.
Some of
We
them are
went
bad though. So.
Toy
Oh,
drive,
no, tell us.
sex. Now we're doing toy drive
Well,
again.
we'll start with Trevor. I wrote Dirty Trevor ?
Oh yes, I was there for that.
We were low-key attracted to Dirty Trevor
Yeah.
because I see Trevor and that's my boss, and like I would never
No, put your headphones
look
back
at
on.
that.
Oh, okay. Look at that.
Oh,
yeah, like
It was when you had the hat kind of askew.
yeah, the beanie
The
was like
beanie.
high up.
and you
and it
did
was-
not look put together.
Yes, no clean cut. It was just like a dirty skater boy.
Skater boy. And we were like,
Yeah.
okay,
I was like, wait,
Trev?
That's Trev.
Whoa.
Trev on the line.
So that was very confusing. So that happened. Let's see. Holly breaking down. Holly breaking down a second time.
Oh. When did you break down, Holly?
I don't know.
It was the second day.
Was it the one?
The water.
Wait, I think I
was-
missed this. What happened?
I legit got angry.
I think it was 60% being silly and 40% being real.
Yes.
So Holly, I think, was cleaning up a bunch of like I think there was like crumbs and stuff because there was like mini donuts and Doritos, and she was just kind of cleaning up. We had just bought a 6-pack of Fiji waters, and a bunch of people grabbed some, but I had placed mine right by the heater, and then when the chicken came, some things were moved around.
Mhm.
So as she was cleaning up, I go, "Hey, where's my water?" And she goes, "Was that one not yours?" And I was like, "I don't think so. I don't think I placed it."
There was like
there.
a confused. There's like 3 half-drank bottles of
Yes.
Fiji water.
all at the same level.
And we didn't
Mm.
have a freaking pen to label them, so they're just who knows whose is who. And we're all trying not to get sick out here. So
Correct.
Calvin's like, I don't know where my water is, and I was like, "Was that one not yours?" Because I thought that one was his, the one that was near the heater. So he's insistent that it was not. I'm like, well, what about this one? And he's just looking at me like a lost puppy, and he's like, that's not it either.
We're so tired.
He's like,
So
I don't know where my water. You
really
moved. Like the
thirsty.
implication was that I either threw away his water or was drinking his
Oh,
I
water.
thought she had moved it.
Like I didn't move any water around. I was just cleaning the
See, but I didn't know
table.
that. I didn't know that. I thought that you had moved it. So I was like, where did you move?
I didn't touch. I thought you thought I drank it, and I was trying not to like say that I drank it or like that I had touched anybody's water. And because you were like, but where's what's on the ground? And I was like, no, I didn't see any. So we had this exchange.
So then I looked at her dead in the face and I said, you ruined Christmas.
Oh, this is where I started seeing it. Because I think she threw something on the table and said, "Me? Yeah, I ruined Christmas." And she walked
literally
away.
went, me? I ruined it? I ruined it. And I was like,
And
He
I went,
starts laughing.
and then so I said, "What happened?"
yeah. I was
And
like,
then-
what's happening?
And
I was
Kelvin
like,
said, "She moved to water."
I was like, "Darn it!" You're not getting the tone right though, because you ruined Christmas. And I don't know what happened in my brain, but I snapped because I'm brushing the crumbs. And when he said that after we're having this like implicated thing about the water, I was like, I did? Me?
Yeah.
I ruined it. I was like, I was like, okay. I just walked.
She walked for like a second. For like 2 steps.
I also made Holly mad.
Wait, when did you make me mad?
Actually, there were 2 times.
Oh, please tell
There's
me.
a second time.
The first time was we were on the bus and you guys were eating dinner. And I said, did somebody bring fish on the bus?
Okay, now I'm mad again because you didn't even say that until I said what I ordered. And then you go,
And then I went,
yeah.
Then I could smell it.
Oh, and I was like, oh, you do now?
And then so I texted Miguel and I said, when you come back out and we go back on the radio, please call Holly out for bringing fish onto the bus. And so then I knew, like I have it on video actually, she rolled her eyes when Miguel was like, did you bring fish on the bus? And she went,
we were so tired. And then she even said, is shrimp even fish?
I would say it was my Jessica Simpson moment.
Yes.
and then
I was gonna say because I was absent for this whole like dinner debacle about. I think I was like in the bathroom in Walmart, and then I get this text, and I'm like, oh fucking crap! Like because I knew like one, I was like, Holly's not gonna be into this. She's tired and over. I'm tired and over it. And then the 2 of us, and I was like, and then Trevor was so excited. He was like, tell her that she ate it, and I was like. Here we go.
And then the other time was yesterday. One of our coworkers had something hanging from his nose.
Oh no!
No, I wasn't mad at you. I wasn't mad.
But I always feel awkward being like, "Hey, you got a booger hanging from your nose."
You got a bat in the cave.
So I walked over. I said, "Can somebody please go tell him because I can't do it." And Holly went, "Fine, I'll do it." like the mother she is. And so she did.
Were short.
I thought you were gonna go up and like wipe his nose for him.
I was already all over the mic.
He did put his nose on the mic. But I did, thank God, we had the foresight to get an extra box of Kleenex. So, Miguel, I brought the box back, and you just keep that. Because I know we used your box of Kleenex the whole first day. So we bought a new one, and then Trevor, it was funny. I was not upset about this, but Trevor came over like a high schooler about this. He's like, there's like a booger. And I can't. Like, I can't do it. And then the 2 of y'all are like, and that's why I was like, all right, hold on. Let me do this. And so then I just marched over. I got a tissue out of the thing. And I like worked my way around and I didn't say 2 words to this man. I just handed him a tissue and I walked away. Because I didn't want him to like say anything about it and try to make a joke out of it. I'm like, here we go. Bye.
This is a fun game, actually. Like, maybe it's fun. No. Like, at what point did somebody make you mad this weekend? And they might not know that they made you mad.
I have another Holly one. Oh. I just had fun with Holly all weekend, to be quite honest. It was just me and her giggling.
Except for
the water.
Except for the water,
was scary.
Where you're like, you were in Christmas. Me?
Me?
And then he was shocked when he was like,
I'll just drink this Fiji. It's fine. If it's someone else's, I don't care.
Like, and then, I forgot. And then I had just bought a bottle of different water. I'm like, here.
And I dare not say I don't like that water. I wasn't even going to. I was going to be like, I'll drink it.
You know what? You know, bitch so much about this water, you drink it.
And
then I was mad. I was salty about it after. I was like, that's my water. He didn't even finish it.
She reminded me to drink it. That's why I was peeing so much that last day.
Yes, because I was like, drink it. Go ahead and drink it. That was mine. But you have it now. So it's all yours.
Yes. Well, the other moment that I really thought was funny, which I actually agreed with you on, but it seemed like this was a recurring theme at the last 30 minutes, right before we were about to finish. We were getting so many donations. And we're tired at this point. We're excited to leave.
But it was also starting to rain.
It was starting to rain and it was cold. And this woman, I don't know who actually, but somebody brought in a cart full while we had just finished counting so many
And Holly
toys.
kept tying up that same bag because she was done. I'm like, open that bag up again, Holly.
Open it up. Open her up.
We had just taken some photos with like last minute fam members and we're like, okay, we've packed all the toys. The carts around us are empty. Someone comes in with a full cart and Holly goes, no! And I was like, Holly. She was like, no, that's not what I really meant was
I told you that the last 15 minutes, there's all these last minute people that it's like a mad dash.
I don't remember you saying that, but I
Me
believe
either.
you.
I said it to somebody.
Yeah, I remember hearing it. May have been on the bus, or I mean, there was
mean to say no, like I don't want them.
She said no.
Wow,
I looked at her and I was like,
I didn't even know that was wrong to say until Calvin went,
Holly, those are toys for kids.
and I was like, oh shit. I meant yes. I did not have control of my faculties very well this weekend.
There was so many moments like that where, because you're on the whole time and you don't know when people are gonna like walk up. So there were like a couple of times, especially the second night when Trevor and I were on the bus, where let's just say my senses were dulled and I was not ready to talk because it was like after 11, and listeners,
your lights were out even though you were still awake.
100%. Actually, I think it was around 10:30 because Walmart was still open. And so they would come knock on the bus doors and I was like, Trevor,
Miguel wasn't moving.
I cannot talk to anybody else. And I was just like hoping no one would be like, is Miguel on that bus? And I was like, thank God Trevor handled everything, because I was like, I've reached my point.
I will say there are lulls throughout the weekend. Like there's a rush of people and then there's a lull. As soon as there's a lull long enough and we all go to take a bite, boom.
Yeah.
Right. People come up.
It was always food in
They
our
know when
mouths.
we're eating. It's like children. They just know.
Mhm.
It's like a magnet.
And they're like, ooh, hello, let's take a picture. I'm ready. And I'm like, wait, let me finish
No.
taking a bite of this pizza.
I know. And then I'm sure I had stuff in my teeth with some of those pictures.
Yeah,
So some of them
absolutely.
pictures, I was just had like closed lips. I was like,
Like,
Like, which I have. And I don't know. Y'all look fine in your hoods and coats and everything, but I look like a trash bag myself. And I
Oh,
have all
girl.
these pictures with listeners that are just like,
You just looked warm.
No, I looked
like I was cold.
like a whodunit
Yep,
like the whole
nope.
time. And I was like, I don't care. Like I was stanky. Oh, let me tell this final story before we head out, before you have your meeting, Kelvin.
Trevor's in it too.
Oh, Trevor and Kelvin.
Why are you dragging me to meetings?
So obviously Trevor and I slept on the bus, so we did not take showers all weekend. And so yesterday, Sunday, is when I went to spend some money to buy some toys. And so I have not bought toys as an adult. And so I'm in the toy section just like completely confused on like what to buy and what items they have. So I squatted down to look at, I think, some like Hot Wheels cars. And I was like, oh, I remember buying these as a kid. And so as I'm like squatted down looking at it, I'm like, oh God, who smells? My God. And then I was like, and then like I'm spread eagle and I'm like, that is me.
Did you not use the dude wipes that I gave you?
I did, but there's only so much you can dude wipe up.
But you were also wearing the same pants, weren't you?
And
They were
underwear.
jeans too.
And jeans. And them jeans
smell was
really
going
take.
Sorry,
through the jeans.
Why would you not bring a change of underwear though?
I don't know. This is my first time. Y'all act like I do this all the time. I didn't know that my junk was gonna stink like that.
That is your fault right there. That you should have known at least.
I didn't know
about
the
that.
underwear thing.
Yes. This
Mm-mm.
bitch didn't change his drawers the whole time. And that's why
Sister.
there was the funk
Mm-hmm.
wafting up.
Where do you do that though? In the bathroom?
They
Yes.
kept blaming the subway for the onion
But then
smell.
It was actually.
It was.
Okay, bro.
Yes, in the bathroom. Because you went in to
But
brush
then
your
you gotta
teeth.
touch. You gotta hang things up on the.
Oh, I have
What do you want,
changed
dirty
clothes
balls?
in all sorts of bathrooms.
Ooh. Yeah, no, there was one point when I was brushing my teeth in there because I have my toothbrush in a case, and you take the bristle part off of it to put in the case, and then one of the bristle parts fell into the sink at Walmart, and I was like, that's lost forever, girl, because
Yeah.
there is
Ugh.
absolutely no way I'm putting that back in my mouth.
Nope.
Absolutely not. And then there was like one morning when you're like, eyes are still closed. I walked into the bathroom at Walmart and somebody had blown it up from the night before, and I guess they didn't clean it. And I was like, yo, why would you disrespect this bathroom that I'm using as my own personal one?
Girl, it was either Friday or Saturday. There was bloody snot all over the sink. Bloody snot.
Okay, we're done. Okay. Well, that was Stuff a Bus 2024.
Oh my God.
We've learned our lessons. Trevor, how can people follow you? You did a good reel of getting ready with me for the first morning I woke up on the bus.
At Trevor on Air on Instagram.
Holly, how can people find you?
Radio Holly, Instagram, Threads, also the TikTok.
Kelvin?
At Kelvin Live, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Bussy Killer on PlayStation, and on OnlyFans as well.
Oh, you gonna start that up again?
Well, yes.
Are
Are you
2025.
actually on OnlyFans?
Search it up.
Listen, because you know Lord
Subscribe.
Top Life. She said
No.
she's waiting for it. Lord
Yes.
Top Life said I'm ready.
I'll give you a free preview code.
Per company policy that needs approval.
You don't own all of our. Actually, not for ours. We own our own social media.
Where's
so.
HR for you now?
Okay,
I actually
wanna-
did ask if I could do OnlyFans, and I was told I couldn't show my face.
Who did you ask?
Okay. Anyway, mine is
Previous
at
boss.
Miguel Fuller. You can find me on social media. We'll see y'all on Wednesday. Bye.
Bye.
Miguel and Holly Uncensored.
Catch it on the iHeartRadio app,